Hello, dear ones. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about a phrase that Swami Kriyananda would often use, which is that we have to learn to cooperate with grace. And it's a very interesting concept. I was musing about this earlier today, thinking, I have had a lot of grace in my life that I didn't realize at the time was coming to me. But in retrospect, when I look back over certain things that have happened in my life, I realize that I narrowly escaped difficulty, possibly death, possibly spiritual death. But God did intervene. And in the moment, the rush of circumstances made that more obscure. But in looking back, I see how tremendously blessed I was. And I recommend that you also practice this exercise of looking back over your life and finding the moments of amazing blessing and grace that has helped you be where you are today. We really have to count our blessings. And this idea of looking back and seeing the moments of blessing is a very, very important thing. I was also thinking about the fact that we are all here, and we didn't come from nothing. We came from generations and generations of people just like us. I know just very few facts about my great-grandparents. So I can somewhat trace my beginnings to the early 1900s. But what about the 1400s? The time of Christ, the time of Buddha, the time of Krishna, all the way back to the very beginning. Who were all those people? And what kind of consciousness has traveled down through the ages to rest in me, to rest in you? So when we think about grace, let's think about all those who have come before us, who have survived long enough to pass on that energy that became you. And we need to recognize those blessings and thank those people and honor the consciousness that we have in our hearts and in our minds. So thankfulness, gratitude is the first way of cooperating with that grace. And the second way is to ask for it, to pray for it, to say, Lord, be with me in every thought and every breath, in every activity, in every decision, in everything that I do. Be with me. Make that your conscious choice to live in God's light. And thirdly, to be receptive, to open yourself, and not just to everything that you know, but to the unknown, to the new, to the unpredictable, to things you've never seen before and never heard before. Try to get to the heart of what God is bringing into your life. Certainly the most obvious example is this coronavirus, especially here in California. It's spiraling out of control. Our governor is in over his head. He needs prayers. We need a lot of prayers for everyone who's sick, for all the people who are in danger. It's a very serious situation. So, even in this plague, even this time of plague, we still need to look for and go to the heart of where there is grace of God. And one idea to contemplate in that pondering is that this time is allowing the masses, if they will accept it, to look within. We don't get into a higher age from a lower age just by walking through the doorway. We have to do the work. And as devotees, as budding yogis, we need to do the work. And the work lies within. So the best way that we can cooperate with grace is to take this seeming disaster that we're living through and find the gem hidden inside of it, which is helping us and helping everyone to take that difficult step. It's not easy, but that step of looking within, knowing, finding out more about who we are inside. Because really, that's all we can control is ourselves. It's all we really have is ourselves. And even that belongs to God. So let's dedicate ourselves more to God and allow that grace to flow into us and through us in blessing to everyone we meet.